White Werewolf of Ironwood, Michigan, a 2007 encounter story. The witnesses were a retired Department of Natural Resources officer and his teenage son. It was the winter of 2007 when the retired officer and his son were ice fishing on a remote lake near Ironwood, Michigan. It was still dark when they cut their holes and set up their lines, the ice creaking under the bitter cold. A thin fog clung to the tree line, and the only sounds were the crackle of their lantern and the whistle of wind across the frozen lake. Just before first light, the son noticed something moving near the opposite bank. At first, he thought it was a deer, a pale form slipping between the pines. But as it stepped closer to the tree line, he realized it wasn't on four legs. The figure was upright, towering, broad-shouldered, covered in thick white fur that seemed to shimmer in the lantern glow. Its head was that of a wolf's, long snout, pointed ears, and glowing blue-white eyes that locked onto the pair across the ice. The witness later stated, "It didn't move like a man in a suit. It moved like something born to the forest, smooth, controlled, and it knew we saw it." The creature didn't approach. Instead, it stood partially obscured by the trees, staring across the frozen lake. The DNR officer raised his flashlight and caught the reflection of its eyes, high up, easily 7 to 8 feet from the ground. When he shouted, the creature turned its head slightly, cocking it in a disturbingly human-like way, before stepping backward into the trees. Not a sound, no snapping branches, no crunch of snow, just gone. At first light, the two packed up quickly and crossed to the opposite bank. Snowfall overnight had partly covered tracks, but they found what looked like large bipedal prints disappearing into thicker timber. Each was long, narrow, and ended in clawed impressions. That day, the son refused to go back on the ice. The DNR officer, shaken but cautious, later told a close friend about the encounter. He admitted he had never seen anything like it in 30 years of work. The Ironwood area has a long history of upright wolf stories told by locals and Ojibwe hunters, but this was one of the rare accounts describing a white-furred variant. If you enjoyed the retelling of this encounter story, please support my channel by liking and subscribing. And if you've ever had a real encounter with a cryptid, please share your story in the comments. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Modern Cryptid Encounters.